If no one ever told you, you are amazing as your true self. We need way more people that have the courage and bravery to be their true self. Everybody wants to be a carbon copy. Everybody wants to be not necessarily a trendsetter, but they want to follow the trends. They want to be in the in crowd. And I just want to give you a round of applause because if you found this video, made this video find the right people, made this video find the people who are ready to be their authentic selves, ready to stand bold and true, ready not to just follow trends, but to set them themselves, ready that even if they aren't involved with the masses, whether they aren't influencers, they're still okay with being themselves. May this find the right people. And let me give you a big energetic hug, okay? Because we are like you and I. And oftentimes, I want to tell you, when you decide to be your authentic self, when you decide to thrive in your own self identity, not only does life open up for you, doors open up for you, opportunities open up for you, but in some things opening up, certain things have to close, okay? And I don't want you guys to be afraid of that. When you start opening up yourself, okay, when you are okay with being different than other people, you're gonna find that some people are really open to that. You know, you start to become a magnet. You start to attract things that are good for you, that are good for your soul, that is good for your heart, that is good with the self-identity, the authenticity that you truly are, right? Real recognizes real, right? So you are going to start attracting a lot more people who are okay in themselves. It may not look how you think it may look either, because you'll be surprised at how many people are not okay with how they present themselves, not truly deeply okay with how they present themselves to the world. That they're putting on a mask, that they're looking for validation, that they're uncomfortable being who they truly are, that they're, you know what I'm saying, trying to appear a certain way to either garner attention, garner sympathy, garner whatever they're trying to garner, rather than being their true selves and filling themselves up with love. So you'll find that you start to repel those people. That these people, they don't like the new you. They got a problem with the new you. Some of them may try to continuously, because then you'll start to intimidate them. They'll try to place you back to where you were when you was having the mask on, when you was trying to fit in, when you was dimming your light, dimming your shadow. And let me tell you, don't do it for anybody, okay? Certain things has to close out. When you begin to step in yourself and you begin to step in your authenticity, when you begin to step into who you are, sometimes you can no longer associate with people. You can no longer be around certain crowds. And this is something that I experienced yesterday because, you know, sometimes the reason why you can't keep being around the old people who aren't being their authentic selves, people who aren't okay with different, because everybody's different. So when they shun you, they're just shunning yourselves. Always remember that. But they begin to sending out projections, energy projections, and your subconscious picks them up, right? Whatever your ego doesn't catch. And that's why it's so important to build a solid foundation outside of yourself. Because if you keep going around these environments and these people who's inauthentic, who's faking it, you begin to subconsciously feel bad about yourself. You begin to subconsciously feel like something's wrong with you. You begin to subconsciously want to dim yourself because they're projecting fear. They're projecting sometimes disgust, sometimes jealousy. All right? If they're having an internal monologue with themselves where they think that their authentic self is weird, that's exactly what they're going to project onto you. Oh, you're being weird. Oh, she's weird now. And if you're not careful about your foundation, it becomes hard to recenter. And that's kind of what I'm experiencing. It's not that it's hard for me to recenter. I'm just noticing that I still have to recenter myself. And you know what? That is a spiritual skill that is so important to develop, but it'll only work if you have a solid foundation. And just like anything, skills take practice. So while I think I might be a little bit being hard on myself because I still have to recenter myself, the fact that I can recenter myself at all is a blessing, especially my journey, especially the journey that I've had to go and to be myself. Hello! A white butterfly. Spread my wings and fly free. Spread your wings and fly free. Don't let anybody hold you back. Okay? Don't let anybody's opinions affect the way you show up in this world, especially for yourself. If you like the way you show up in the world, you keep showing up. If you're outgoing and you're bubbly and you're sassy, you keep being that outgoing, bubbly, sassy. I had just seen a video of this young black man talking about, yeah, he notices that society, and it doesn't matter. He said he's seen it from all races and both genders. People do not like bubbly black women. And he was just talking about it. He was talking about how he's seen it with his sisters, he's seen it with his friends, and how they will literally pick any and every reason to have a problem with bubbly black women, because bubbly black women do not fit in with the mad black woman scenario. It doesn't, or the archetype, it doesn't fit in with the stereotype of who black women are. But when you get a bubbly, and he said he's seen it, when you see a bubbly white woman, for example, oh, that's just how she is. That's just how she is. And they like to put us in boxes. But I'm sure the other thing will be true with white women. If you find a white woman that's, I don't know, something besides herself that's really strong and independent, all of a sudden she's a prude, she's a crude, she's a I don't know what a crude is. I like the movie The Croods. All of a sudden she's hardened and she's bitter. I mean, they do the same thing for us too. And that can just be a female thing. When you want to stand up for yourself, all of a sudden you're bitter. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen both ways. What I'm saying is, however you truly like to show up as yourself, and do not push yourself in a box. Be okay with being different. Be okay if you like to be bubbly in one moment, and then when somebody gets you, then you know what I'm saying, you out the box on them, you sassy, you with it, you a mirror. But most of the time you like to be bubbly, but they get you wrong, So just because you're bubbly doesn't mean you have to be a pushover. Doesn't mean that you always have to be bubbly. Doesn't mean you're stuck in this nice persona, right? Just because you're bubbly doesn't mean you're not wise and intelligent and smart at the same time. It doesn't mean, even though you're very friendly and you got a smile on your face, that you don't know what's up, that you can't see through them spiritually, and you just sitting there like, oh, I see you. But I'm going to keep smiling. You don't know that I see you, but I see you. And however ways in which that works for you. Because me, I like our culture. I like the culture. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like to be a little... but then the other times, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking up solar flares and I'm looking up emissions, and I'm looking up all these scientific things. I love to research on my own. If I'm interested about something, I will spend hours on my phone just researching. That's how I know so much about water and harmonic trios, because not only did I hear other spiritualists talking about it, I'll go and I'll do my own research. You know, I wrote a book on chakras, you know, and I have to look it up and revisit it. But even me writing a book on chakras, I did so much research on my own about mudras and breathing techniques. They're called pranayamas. And looking that stuff up, you have to look up the different elements that the different fingers, and then that brings you into meridians, and that brings you into your lymphatic system. And not only did I study nursing, which is anatomy and physiology, you start to connect the dots, and you learn about frequencies and wavelengths. So that's how you know why the different chakras is related, or that's how I know the different chakras. It's no coincidence that they're related to the different colors in the light spectrum, because the light spectrum is the physical. There's ultraviolet rays that you can't see. There's other rays that you can't see, and that's the spiritual. But the physical is the light spectrum. The body is the physical. You see? And the reason why it goes from red to purple, because on the spectrum, red is the slowest vibrational frequency and purple is the fastest. Root chakra, you're relating the root chakra to the earth. The earth is the physical. The crown chakra is your chakra that connects you to the divine. So as you go from physical to spiritual, you go up in vibration. The frequency, the wavelengths become shorter, which means the oscillations are quicker, which means the vibration is higher. And the frequency, therefore, is higher. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I guess the time to different things that I know and I love to research. I'm a little nerd. What? I always got rewards, was always on the honor roll. But anybody know about the Ingenuity Project? Like, I was always in the little smart nerd classes. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you see me out on the street and I'm looking all cute, I'm in my little shorts, and you know what I'm saying? You see me at a party, you might not know the difference between, like, you would never know, basically. But be okay if you don't check all the boxes. I like a little bit of everything. I love Für Elise by Beethoven, but I also love what's you know, I like all types of music. I love rock and roll. With a jukebox, baby. But not too much of that though. I like me some country music, but not too much of that though. You know, I like a little bit of everything. But be okay with being different. Be okay with not fitting in a box. Be okay if you don't like something. I do not like drill rap music. But play some old school Migos, because it reminds me of Baltimore club music, because that's where I'm from. Doom, doom, hey. Because that's the one that had popped in my head. There it is. There, actually, I don't even think that's the Migos. That's he died. Walk in, girl, about it, minute, market, minute, another minute, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. But $50,000 on it, she wanna, got me, like, ooh, 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 ooh. Say she wanna, nigga, fat, got it, boy, I got it, ooh, 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 ooh. What? And I love to twerk. Twerk some, girl, twerk some, girl, twerk some, girl. And then to learn that our ancestors did it because it opens up the sacral chakra, right? It balances the sacral chakra. It's like, oh yeah, I love it. But even if it didn't, I'm not even gonna lie, I was gonna twerk anyway. I was going to do it anyway. So, um, be okay with being different. It's okay. Because the you that is unique and different is so beautiful. It's so interesting. You become a light for this world. You become, so if you didn't know, you are a refractal of the cosmos. You are a refractal of nature. You have every type of precious gold, metal, every type of precious gold, every type of precious metal, every type of precious stone. That energy lives within you. So yes, you have gold, you have silver, you have copper. They are minute traces that is in your blood because you are made up of nature and you are beautiful. You are made of stardust because the dust comes in and it settles on the ground, and anything and anybody that is made has stardust in it. And there's infinite amounts of stardust. So you are a refractal, which is a piece, a mirror of the cosmos. You are a mirror of the Most High. You are a mirror of Source. How infinite and beautiful must each and every one of us be to be a little piece of the whole puzzle. And no piece looks alike. This is why we need you to be you. We need you to be okay with being different. Thrive in your own self-identity, because if so, that piece is lost. That piece is being covered. That piece is painting itself to look like another piece. And that piece is painting itself to look like another piece. So instead of this beautiful, if you can imagine like a beautiful, kind of like a kaleidoscope, right? But imagine that as a mirror where all the pieces you fit in, it just creates this dazzling, gorgeous image. But it's not really an image, it just is, right? It reflects light in all different types of ways. It's just glorious and brilliant and cosmic and, you know, the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. But a good majority of that mirror is painted the same, has paint over it. It's still beautiful, but it's not quite brilliant. But if you were to remove that paint, the light starts to hit different angles. And that's the different parts of you. That's the different parts of you that need to be seen. The angry, the sad, the happy, the different interests that you have, the different things that you're able to do, the different things, the different ways you show up in the world, the different things, the different creative ways you're able to bring to the table. Just you being you, not you trying to fit in, not you trying to go along to get along, not you really just operating in how this society has really forced us to operate. You being you. And however that looks is beautiful. Because I feel like labels has forced us, and societal expectations has really created some interesting situations where there are men who like women. And, you know, this might be a little bit touchy, but I feel like sometimes they feel like they fit more in with the LGBTQ community, and sometimes they, you know, they feel like because women wouldn't accept them, they go that way. And I've seen that with women too, because they look a certain way. They feel like no men would like that, so they go the other way. They go, you know, the same way they go into the LGBTQ community. And it's like, You know, we've created such chokeholds and strongholds for people that in actuality, it may be, you know, a lot of people like, oh, accept them because they're different, you know, da 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 da. But it's actually, if you were to truly accept them as people, they wouldn't feel, some of them wouldn't feel the need to do that anyway, because they felt like they would be loved by who they wanted to be loved for. You know, you ever heard of the saying, oh yeah, he likes girls, but he don't know himself yet, because he a little bit too sassy, he a little bit too, you know what I'm saying, he don't know yet, he confused right now. He's not. He never was. But because we push him energetically into a box and being like, I don't know, he's a little suspect, I don't know, that energetically, and he's just more in touch with his feminine side. Everyone has a feminine and a masculine. He's just more in touch with his feminine side. He presents himself differently. And we push him into a box of, no, you have to be like that. And so some of them, because they wanna be a part of a community, they want romance, they're able to go along with that. They feel more comfortable in that. So these are like really deep societal things, psychological things to think about, you know? It really is the societal impacts of putting people in boxes. It has many impacts on how we present ourselves, what we do, even who we marry and who we choose to be with. And you know, people think, oh, it's either you are or you aren't. You can't trick that's not true. That's not always true. The mind can be a powerful thing, because there are plenty of trans people who, there's documentaries of where, you know, they've changed, they've made the transition, and they've later regretted it. Because as they come into their true self, as they be okay with being different, because high heels were originally made for men to make them taller, but you know, we do it for fashion. But still, men used to wear makeup back in the days. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, everybody should. I'm not saying you like who you like. It's 8 billion people in the world. It's something for everybody. And maybe they like it for a period of time. Maybe that's not a forever thing. You know, we are so quick to judge someone. You know, the light. Think about yourself as like that beautiful mirror. And think about the sun as your lifespan, your lifetime. As the sun rises and sets, you see different parts of that light, that refractal, that beautiful shimmering light that you are. Allow yourself to change and grow, and allow different parts of yourself to be revealed in different times. And we as a society don't understand that. That was very deep. We as a society don't understand that, and we don't accept it. So when we see the results of it, you know, we like to call the names. We like to call it unnatural. We like to call it this. We like to call it that. When it's like, well, your mindset, the person who you are, have created these circumstances in the first place. That was just so deep. And I feel like it really hit. I feel like this is really gonna hit somebody, to let you know, like, it's okay to be you. You don't have to. Opinions are like booties holes. Everybody got one. And what come out of booty holes? Poop. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to say the word. I want to say the word so bad, poop. So the most of the time, what comes out of somebody's personal opinion is bullcrap, because it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with what they ate, how they process their food, and how it comes out of their body. Okay? You're not picking up somebody and eating it. So don't take nobody's opinion to heart. But that's why sometimes until you build that foundation, it's important to not be around people who love on a spoon and giving it to you. Because people do that. They do that in a minute. They'll give you their poopy opinions. They'll give them to you. And be like, here, with the audacity. And you sitting there like, ain't that a spoonful of But the whole time they got the sugar behind their back. And it's not until you say, no, I don't want that, till they show you the sugar. Oh, okay, well, do you. You doing you. I see you doing you. All right, I ain't even mad at it. But until you're able to stand in within yourself and be like, I don't want that stay away from them, okay? Because that's exactly what you're doing. And that's okay. We all been there. Because we don't know no better. We don't even know that there's sugar. Sometimes we don't even know that sugar exists. People are always so quick to on the spoon. They nasty. I mean, but it's such a nice and vivid and kind of out there scenery of what an opinion is. But that's exactly what it all amounts to. Nothing. Nothing. It has no significance in your life. What somebody else thinks of you. What somebody else. Because I'm not doing this for opinions. I'm doing this to heal. There's a difference. So why do people do content creation? Why do people do this? Why do people do that? No, people do stuff for the public, for their enjoyment, right? For their benefit, you know? Sometimes they want to be seen. But the actual opinion, because I love it. It was like, somebody was saying like the art. It was like a book. The art of creating or something like that, they were saying. And inside the book, it talks about how as an artist, your only job is to put out whatever you're creating. But anything else, how it's garnered, the opinions people have, anything like that, like that's where it stops. Like that's where you get cut off. Like that's where everything needs to stop. Because it doesn't matter. You're just creating as a creator. How somebody takes your creation really has nothing to do with you. And a lot of people who do content creation, who are creative, who paint, who sing, who dance, sometimes we take, you know, we put ourselves out there, but then we're too open to what people think, to, you know what I'm saying, to that validation, to that feedback. And we're not looking, you know, and that's a crazy thing. Like, what is feedback on the arts? That's crazy, right? What is feedback on the arts? Like, if you truly was to sit down and think about it, like, I hope you're still with me. You're creating something from inside of you. How does somebody give you feedback on what came out of you, what you created? How is somebody going to give you feedback? Because they can only give you feedback from what's inside of them. So then you take that feedback and it's no longer you. It's a mashup between you and somebody else and somebody else. I'm not saying practice don't make perfect, but I'm saying feedback. Why take feedback in the creative arts? That makes no sense. Unless there's like a set standard. You know, like you're trying to dance the tango. It's a rigid standard of creation. But if you're freestyle dancing, nobody can give you on freestyle dancing. If you're trying to sing a certain way, maybe trying to do the, what is it? I don't know. But then you can't create your own stuff. Because I'm pretty sure there's no name for when Patti LaBelle be like, I mean, what? I guess it is. It's, what's that little French, what's that Italian, French word? Italian, maybe? Not demasiado. Crescendo, right? Whatever. Be you. You yourself is a creation, okay? Think about it. You are a creation. You were created by the Most High. You're a refractor of the Most High. So why take criticism? Why take feedback on who you are? You were literally created to be this way. You were literally born to like what you like and don't what you don't. So literally, why take feedback on that? Oh yeah, you too mean. You too stuck up. You too friendly. You too bubbly. Can you tone it down? You too loud. You're too this. You're too that. And who the are you? Cause last time I checked, I didn't see you creating. I mean, yes, the womb and the but it's a portal. This is a portal. We don't actually create the vessels that come. We are a portal, which, let me tell you something. We are living motherfucking portal, okay? Okay? Two babies, I know we are a living portal. That's some divine shit right there. Hi, kitty cat. But we didn't create the vessels that came in. So, on who you are as a person, you are perfect just as you are. And I know perfection, you know what I'm saying, like perfection keeps you from growth. But I mean your authentic self. Because your authentic self already knows how to change and grow and evolve. Because like I said, it's a natural relationship between how a sun reflects against a why can't I think of a word, like the refractive objects, but it's not just a mirror, it's a mirror with like different facets. So as the sun goes across, different facets is illuminated, and that's change right there. That's evolution right there. So you yourself, you already know how to change and evolve. Your soul knows how to change and evolve. Your spirit, your heart knows how to change and evolve. You're amazing. Be amazing. You're amazing. So be amazing. What? You're amazing. Be amazing. Hype you up. 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 Because you deserve it. And you deserve to feel like, oh my gosh, like, she's talking about me. Like, little old me, I'm talking about you. Like, and you not little old you, you big old you. You not the L, you the B. You not the little, you the big. Like, what? And we need you, because we need to see somebody who, I mean, you see some crazy stuff on TikTok. Somebody who, I don't know, does the little ballet, little flips, eating yogurt. I don't know. That was wild, right? We need to see that. We need to see the different people in the world. I'm tired of seeing the carbon copies. The carbon copies be old. They be old. It be boring. It be like, show me a little something different. And if you're not different in the ways of being different, you know how there's like the standard ways of being different. I feel like sometimes people can make that a trend. Oh, I'm just going to be out the box. If you're not out the box in the ways that maybe people would say out the box, then don't be out the box in the ways that people say that you out the box. Be you, and you are beautiful. And trust me, in some way, shape, or form, you are different. Oh, I don't do anything crazy like da-da-da-da-da. Shoot, but you want to change the world. You see the brightness in the world. That's different. You know how many people don't got that mindset? Oh, you got the strength to make it through anything. You know how many people don't have that? That's something different about you. That grit, that this, that. Be okay with being you. Be okay with thriving in your own self-identity. Because you are what make life beautiful. You are what shines. You're a reflection of Source, and you make the Most High so happy. Because you reflect her. It, him, I don't know how you, but you make Source, the universe, God, the Most High, so happy when you decide to be yourself. You are a living, breathing reflection of the divine. As they say, the divine experiences itself through you. The divine experiences life through you. Nature experiences itself. That's the true meaning of a consciousness. Being able to experience yourself and other things. That's the consciousness is literally the divine's way, and that's why we have free will. It's literally because the divine has free will. It's literally the divine's way of experiencing itself. Oh, what the I'm talking about? That's some philosophical shit for you right there. The consciousness is the divine's way of experiencing itself. And the divine doesn't want to experience, because you can never truly be someone else. So you mimicking somebody else, you following trends, you wearing this mask, it's not authentic, it's not true, it's not truly the divine, it's something else entirely. Because you can never truly mimic somebody else in you know, in their entirety. So I leave this with you. I'm so pumped because I love to give uplifting messages like this, like in between, like, you know, why this happens, and, you know, some of the hard gritty stuff. And I guess this is the hard gritty stuff, but I like to uplift people, to show people that life is meant to be enjoyed. You are meant to enjoy life as you. You are so special, and that we need you. We need you to be you. We need you to be like, you know what? I don't like keeping up with all the new artists, because I don't care like that. I'm not into music. Everybody be into music. You know, it's a phase to be into music, to know every new album, to know all the new songs, and to be hip like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. Actually, I could use that to look more into baking. I like baking. I like this, I like that. I'm gonna use my time to look more into that stuff, instead of listening to a bunch of songs that I just really, you know what I'm saying, it's cool when you out with, I guess, but it don't fulfill me by myself, and I really don't care. So I've never been the one to listen to a bunch of albums. You know, I think I did it once or twice when I was like in middle school or high school, but I'm not ready to listen to your whole album. I don't care. I'll find the songs that I like. And most of the songs that I like do be the mainstream ones. Sometimes it be some hidden ones, but most of the time I don't like your hidden songs either. They mainstream for a reason. And that's just me. But some people, they don't really like the mainstream songs. They like the hidden gems. So, you know what I'm saying, to each his own. And honestly, and that's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes you as an artist be able to put out a gamut of whatever the case may be. Because you will have people who like the song that nobody else really likes. You'll have your group of people. So, and that's just art appreciating art. Your art, babe. That's art appreciating art. And if they don't appreciate it, so what? Like, they don't have to. That's their opinion. And that's honestly how you have to look at it. And that's why it's so important that when you present yourself, you're not looking for validation. You're not looking at somebody to be like, oh yeah, do you like the real me? Is it okay to be the real me? Is it okay that I like these things? No. Because you'll always find somebody. You can always find somebody that be like, no, I don't like that. So now, just because somebody don't like that, maybe 5 people like it, but 1 person don't like it, now all of a sudden you're gonna, what? You're not gonna be you? And so what? Them 5 people like it. Maybe in 10 years, them 5 people look back and be like, you know what though? I don't like it now. I liked it then, but I don't like it now. So what? You see? People are so fickle. The minds are so fickle. The minds are ever changing. The opinions are ever changing. So don't subject yourself, because then you're like a tornado. You're just here, you're there, you're trying to keep up. Like, there is no stillness within you, because you're being pulled here and being pulled there and being pulled here, being pulled there. You're just like you're like a puppet. You're literally like a puppet, but you're a crazy, wonky puppet because everybody is always everywhere. Oh my gosh, they just remind me of. Oh my gosh! Who was that? Who was that? Lil' Kim? You a Lil' Kim? It's like no, it's like no, it's like. Ooh, that hit. Sorry. She probably ain't need them them wherever she at. She ain't need them shots. I'm sorry. It's true, but she probably ain't need all that because she tore her face up trying to. She ain't need all that. Anyways, this is where I leave you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it actually was informational. I hope it's inspirational. I hope it really truly helps you to see who you really are at the core of yourself, you know, the concept of you. And I hope that you take the time to learn who you are. And it's okay if it takes some time to learn what you like and don't like because you're so used to fitting in with society. Okay, don't feel bad about it. It's all right. We all have to learn who we are regardless. Okay, maybe it's taking you a little bit longer. Have that self-compassion, that self-empathy, and really look at it as a triumph. Celebrate you. Celebrate your decision to be yourself. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Please comment. You know, I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. Like, even if you don't agree, I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hearing to take it in, but I want to hear because, you know, like I said, everything is beautiful. You may not agree, you may do agree, and I feel like everything is beautiful, all the different aspects. So you'd be like, oh, cool, somebody actually, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I'm like, all right, well, to each his own, right? Like, but I wouldn't want to live that anyways. That's life, right? Hype me up. Hit the like button and hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up. I hype me up. Hype me up. Turn on your notifications, you know? Subscribe if you want to hear more because I'm really truly coming from a place of like, I really want to see this world transform. I really believe the world can be something that people say it can't. I really truly believe in harmony. I believe in love. I believe in authenticity. So if authenticity means like, and harmony don't mean we all living together. So it may be like, you gotta live over there, I'm gonna live over here, but we gonna respect each other. That's harmony. I don't like you, but you, I'm not gonna sit up here and disrespect you, but you're not my cup of tea. That's authenticity. Love is, I love you enough to have you live over there. I'm not gonna come and change you, but you just live over there. You stay over there. You know? But I recognize that you're a reflection of the divine. The light in me sees the light in you. Now I'm a motherfucking stay. But that's true. That's real. And that's what real harmony is. And that's why people say spirituality is not all in light, all love and light. So when you get the people that be like, oh, we are one, but you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they gotta stay over there. You know, I'm on my own journey, you're on your own journey. We're on different parts of our journey, so you just stay over there for a little bit. I don't hate you. Sending you love from afar. But this is where our journeys depart. Honestly. So this is where I leave you, and this is where I feel like the world can be. It'll be a much happier, much peaceful place. Much more authentic, much more enjoyable. And this is purely where I'm coming from. So I hope you guys can feel me, because I feel the world. And that includes you too. Ashe.